introduce myself. My name is Minnie Pearl. I guess you can tell by looking at me that Minnie Pearl was my idol. And when my Mammy and Pappy looked at me when I was born, they said, "Why, this baby, she's so cute, she's ugly." So they named me Minnie too. Well, I tell you, I'm just excited about being here, but I had trouble getting here. Well, I'm worn out from trying to get here. I've left my directions at home, and all I could remember was crossing the railroad track, coming down through Pee Wee Valley, and I've been going across this track, coming back around that way, and going across that track, and I got lost, and I had taken a road trip a couple of weeks ago, and I got used to being on them highways and going a little too fast. Well, just a few minutes ago, I like to not got here. There was red lights coming behind me, and I thought, well, I wonder what somebody's doing up there in front of me. Well, he was wanting me to stop. So I did. I stopped and I rolled down my window and I looked at him, and that policeman said, "Lady, you's pushing 65 coming down through there." And I said, "Well, the nerve. It's just my hat that makes me look old." Well, I just never have been so insulted. But anyway, we just started negotiating, and I told him that I'd slow down if he wouldn't be talking about my age anymore. And I told him I had a good function to go to and he needed to let me go. So he did, and I finally made it. Well, my trip that I took that got me into this awful habit of going too fast, I went back home. You know, I'm from Grinder Switch too, but I'm from a little further down in the holler. And so I don't know what to say about where I'm from, but I enjoyed going back. Yeah, I did. I enjoyed going back. My high school friend called me, and she said, "Minnie, too, do you know what's going on this summer at home?" And I said, "No, I don't guess I do. There's not usually much going on down there." And she said, "Well, we're having our 50th class reunion." And I said, "Well, honey, that's not my class. I ain't been out of high school no 50 years. And she said, "Well, you was in my class, add it up." Well, I was surprised. I didn't know I was getting that old. Well, anyway, I decided I would go down and I would visit family. And Uncle Nabob's farm, his boy, Billy Bob now, he's running that farm. So I called him and I said, "You know, you got room in that big farmhouse. Can I come down there and stay overnight?" And he said, "Why, yeah, you can do that. I would love to see you. I got something I want to show you." Well, I said, "Okay." I hardly got out of the car till he run up and he said, "I want to take you out to the barn. I want to show you my well-behaved cows." And I thought, I don't think I came to see cows, but he's awful excited. I better go see what he's talking about. And as we was walking out there to the barn, I heard this awfulest commotion you ever heard. People yelling and talking and hollering at one another. And I said, "Well, what's going on out there in that barn?" And he says, "Well, it's just my radio." He says, "You know, I like to listen to them political talk shows." And I said, "Oh, really?" Well, this woman started hollering, "You got to vote for me. I will do what you want." And a man jumped in and he said, "Don't you vote for her. She don't know what she's doing half the time." And so I said, "Well, you know, why are you playing that here in the barn all the time?" He says, "Well, my cows behave when they're listening to this political talk show. They do so much better." He said, "I can sit there and milk them one by one, and they just don't kick or they don't do nothing." And I said, "Well, now that's strange. Wonder what you think it is." And he says, "Well, my old cows know bull when they hear it." Oh, well, I'll tell you. You know, some people don't like barns and cows. I used to have this preacher. Why, I don't think he likes cows. I think he growed up on a farm, but he must not have liked cows, because he's preaching one Sunday and he said he didn't like butter. Can you imagine anybody not liking butter? And besides that, he pulled the dirtiest trick on me one time. We was having one of them big fellowship meals in the church, and there was this big old beautiful lemon meringue pie sitting there, and I couldn't wait to get me a piece of it. Well, I was just about ready to take a bite. You know what that Jimmy boy said, that preacher? I think his last name was Powell. He says, you know what, I don't like them pies like that. That stuff on the top of it looks just like calf slobber. Well, I haven't enjoyed lemon meringue pie since. So, anyway, you know, I used to take voice lessons down the hall. I did. That's where I learned to sing. And so my teacher, Miss Ogilvy, she said, now, child, you sing like a thrush, like a mockingbird, like a nightingale. So when I moved down here, I found me a good church, and I joined the choir, and I found this great group of sisters who get together and sing. And so I said, you know, I have voice lessons. I think I'll do all right. And I was talking to my boyfriend, Alfie, about it. He says, now, are you sure your teacher said that about your singing? And I said, well, let's see, I guess it's been a while, but yeah, she did. She said, Minnie, that voice of yours is for the birds. So anyway, I'm going to sing with my sisters, and you all sing with us, and we're going to have the best time. And in case you don't know who she is, otherwise known as Phyllis. We love her. Okay, sing along with us. Our first song is God Bless America.